My wife Lubna was an internationally exhibited artist who lived in Pakistan and the United States. In the 70s, she played a major role in shaping Pakistan's nascent modern art and feminist movements. Lubna was born in Pakistan's Quetta Valley and grew up in a literary family of published poets, authors, and artisans. As a teenager, she developed a fascination for art and enrolled in art school.
Lubna was the first student to enroll at the Karachi School of Arts. Although she was very young, she showed great talent.
At a young age, Lubna became one of the most recognized painters in Pakistan. In the early 1970s, she painted colorful abstract compositions exhibited at the Arts Council and galleries in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad.
The impact that she made, on the Pakistani art scene in the 70s as a very towering figure.
Modernist Ahmed Parvez was so impressed that he made Lubna part of the famous Three Non-Depressionists. The show's playful poster evokes a different time, the artists staring you down, presenting their works. These rebels hurled color when Pakistani artists had murky canvases. She was the beautiful visionary of the 70s, the creator of the white paintings, which one critic, Dr. Akbar Naqvi, described as a meteor that hit Karachi.
When Al-Imam opened his gallery, one of the first, most spectacular exhibition that he held was that of Lubna.
These paintings had immense power and mystery. They had these abstract forms, but people found so much meaning in them. Some found them extremely emotional, some called them sensual or even sexual. The master cubist Mansoor Rahi, who was also Lubna Agha's teacher, he said the power of these paintings lay in the silences in the canvas, in the void areas, the breathing spaces in the canvas. And he said that she was ahead of her time and she was a genius before she even realized it.
In the mid 70s, our son was born. Lubna's canvases changed from white to a burst of colors in her Joy series. Soon after, our daughter followed. Lubna was the first art director of The Herald. Later in the US, she successfully ran her own graphic design company and was art director at Polaroid and senior art director at Tiziani Whitmire in Boston. In family vacations abroad, Lubna frequented galleries and museums in Europe and the United States. In 1981, we moved to the United States and Lubna enrolled in the California State University art program. She returned to figurative painting with great gusto and exhibited in several one-person and group shows.
When the Aghas moved to the US, her figures floated and her trees grew above ground, echoing her feeling of an immigrant blowing in the wind. Her works were bursting with life, roots, trees, fish, and flesh on surfaces that rippled like waves. Lubna's colors make brutality and dismembered limbs palatable. Figures cower, dismembered bodies lie in a crimson mishmash. Fearlessly she adds text, fragmentation, disintegration. She brought North American landscapes home. Snowy leafless trees, California's rolling terrain. Whereas the 70s were about the silences in a canvas, these paintings were boisterous and overflowing. Her haunting dolly resides in the permanent collection in Bradford's Cartwright Hall, part feminist manifesto, part funeral procession. A defeated bride is carried by pallbearers.
One of the issues that she was passionate about was the suffering of women in third world countries. In the painting entitled 3 Days, she depicts a woman's life as a story told in 3 events: the pangs of childbirth, the burden of life as a nurturer, and the eventuality of death. Still bedecked with celebratory henna, she faces the wrath of an angry spouse. Shame becomes a female face. In a man's world, woman's life is one of strife and fear. True peace is found only when the daughter returns to the womb of Mother Earth. In trips to Morocco and Turkey, Lubna rediscovered her heritage and began to paint in a modern Islamic idiom. The renowned art historian Dr. Marcella Sirhandi published a book entitled Points of Reference about Lubna's art. A book launch and exhibition of her work was held at the Pacific Art Museum in Pasadena, California.
During the years that she practiced art in Pakistan, Lubna was one of the foremost painters in that country.
There's a perception of us as extremists, as fundamentalists, and aggressive and violent people. And the beauty of what each race is capable of is sort of lost, and was that I also admired the great amount of tediously painstaking hard work that used to go into creating these beautiful works of architecture or art or crafts. It is something that in the modern times we are losing, and I thought that it has a meditative quality. You know, when you cut each little mosaic piece of different color and then bring all these things together and then create one big whole, it had almost a spiritual, meditative kind of a quality.
We worked together on the book launch of Points of Reference in California in 2007 and on a retrospective exhibition of her paintings in February 2012. Lubna was meticulous to the last detail. The show at the Gardner Art Gallery of Oklahoma State University received the most praise of any exhibit to date. An outstanding show featuring many of her recent paintings, it would be Lubna's last.
I think that her career, her artistic inclinations are those of a most eminent artist.
In the Islamic art, everything, like a lot of Christian art, all actions and the image itself was supposed to be directed towards your faith. And so it is in Islamic art. And the concentration with the geometric patterns, the processes that they used, whether it was metalwork or whether it was mosaic, everything was supposed to be devotional. That's what I try to capture. And to me, it is not just the final outcome that is important in that way, but to me, even the process of creating this work, when I'm creating it, it becomes almost meditative, because it is something, it's a blessing to be able to create beautiful work.
Karachi's VM Art Gallery held a retrospective of the late Pakistani American artist Lubna Agha. Lubna's story can be traced in the retrospective. Her restlessness after success, changing continents, becoming a mother and later a graphic designer. Her white paintings erupt into the Joy series after her son is born. Jumbled bodies appear from simplified compositions under California's sky, and grid-like structures coincide with her career in computer graphics.
Lubna Agha's retrospective exhibition is very important, especially for the younger generation.
At the Karachi School of Arts, we have dedicated a gallery in her name called the Lubna Agha Gallery.
Lubna was indisputably Pakistan's foremost expatriate artist, and still one of the most important artists in Pakistan.
In 2017, women artists who featured in the feminist movement of the 70s in Pakistan were honored in a group show in Karachi. The exhibition, entitled Renaissance Women, was dedicated to Lubna's memory. Lubna's premature loss was a great blow to her loving family and friends. She is greatly missed.
I remember Lubna as a beautiful person, much loved by her family and many admirers. She is dearly missed, but her artistic contribution and her name as one of Pakistan's foremost female artists will live on.
She was truly a heroine in color. Standing among her luscious works, you had to wonder, what if she had stayed?